Peace, brother.
Peace to the gods.
Ali Muhammed. All right, you and Tehuti supposed to be getting it on at the house.
Right.
But what do you think about Wesley Muhammad and Natural Tehuti getting it on in front of the people? And do you think that's a positive for the community?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a positive. I think Natural Tehuti is kind of sleeping on True Islam, though.
But see, everybody got him as an underdog.
Who?
Tehuti.
Well, I think people sleeping on True though. I know the current of the street. I think they sleeping on him because he has a very mild temperament most of the time. He is gonna put Tehuti in a suitcase and send that nigga wherever he came from. I don't mean nigga like he ain't my brother, because Tehuti's my brother.
Right.
But he has it's no way that he can do anything with True Islam. True Islam is gonna zip that dude up in a bag, man.
Wow.
I'm serious. And he should actually take his time and do some real study and consider how he's going to approach the subject.
Okay.
Because if he tries to denigrate the root of the Nation of Islam, he's going to get devoured. If he tries to make a modern day critique, he might get a better result. But if he tries to come at the actual doctrine, he gonna get gobbled up.
You think so?
Put in a suitcase.
You think True Islam will be able to defend the Illuminati?
Easy. That's easy.
With Natural Tehuti is coming with the Illuminati.
But Natural Tehuti, I know he's not going to bring any facts. He's going to bring emotion and closeness, like he was doing with 666 and all. That stuff don't mean nothing, man. You got to bring some hard facts. We brought hard facts to show that white people got together with the Prince Hall Masons to create the repatriation movement. That's a hard fact. Pictures, the meetings. He don't have none of that. He got assertions and these things that say they took us away from our Africanness. But that's not true. And True Islam is going to be able to spank that up. So Tehuti, recommendation, if you're going to make a critique of the modern expression of the Nation of Islam, because they have embraced the white Prophet Muhammad and those things, and they need to be corrected. But you better do your Islamic history before you go in there, because you will get embarrassed. And you don't want to get embarrassed. This is your first time. All right? So my listen, I'm willing to do this because I know True Islam is such a great scholar. Tehuti needs books. I'll give him books to help him. But True Islam is my brother. I'm not trying to denigrate him and stop him, but what I'm saying is that don't go in there unprepared, because True Islam is my brother. He will wax you up, brother, and you are not ready to debate like you're trying to. It's good that you're trying to point at the Nation of Islam, which has a lot of flaws. But you better be careful of the angle that you go in, because it's like the atmosphere. You don't come in the right angle, you're gonna burn up into a little meteorite. So, brother got to be careful, but I think it's a good thing that they're doing it though.
Right.
Because the conversation of ancient Africa and Islam has to be resolved, and it has not been resolved. Our scholars didn't resolve it. Out of all respect for them, Dr. Ben didn't resolve it, Dr. John Henry Clark didn't resolve it. None of them resolved it. So we got to resolve it with the data.
So do you give Brother Tehuti some credit for at least stepping up to the plate when all of the other Grandmaster teachers declined?
The Grandmaster teachers are declining because some of them are agents. Not all of them, you know,
right.
Like Dr. Ben, we know that, but some of them are agents. Some of the people that they don't want to come into a public discussion. They just want to push a certain aspect.
They fighting for real.
Yeah, they fighting for real. Quick reflex.
These little dudes is crazy, man.
The guys going crazy. But yeah, so we gotta make sure that Tehuti gets the respect that he deserves, because he's stepping up, and a lot of these dudes just talking. They don't want to enter that dialogue. So I do give a brother props. I think he's gonna do a good job.
I think so too.
Because he got some information. I know he do. He ain't giving all of it up yet.
Right.
I know he got some. But it's interesting, man. You know, I'll be there.
November the 7th.
November the 7th.
At the Harriet Tubman School.
It's gonna be like Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier at Harriet Tubman. So everybody come out.
Right.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Right.
Indeed.
All right, brother. Peace.
If you wrong.
Right.
If you give
because you
it right.
convincing the information.
It's on now.
Yes, sir, indeed.
Yes, sir.
So you saying that he could win the debate on that?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. A skillful debater can be wrong and win a debate. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Somebody with the gift of gab and no strategy on how to debate someone, they could trip them up with their own information.
So what do you think Brother Natural Tehuti need to bring into this debate? And I know you got to be neutral because you are the moderator.
Right.
So I'm going to ask you for both of them. What do you think Natural Tehuti need to do for Dr. Wesley Muhammad?
I think Natural Tehuti needs to, how can I put it? He's going to win his debate in his opening argument. His opening argument has to be a position that Wesley Muhammad cannot refute.
There you go.
You understand what I'm saying?
There you go.
His opening argument has to be such that Wesley Muhammad is just going to have to sit back and say, I'm going to have a hard time refuting that information.
Right.
You understand? Like my brother was saying, he's got to attack certain aspects of the doctrine, and not even so much of the doctrine, but what the elders who are espousing the doctrine, because sometimes people start talking, they start feeling themselves talking, and they say some shit that just goes straight up.
So what if he's coming at him?
People have said some stuff that adds some hocus pocus, because they say there's no mystery God, but then there's some stuff that some people say sound like hocus pocus.
So what if he go in there talking about it was a Masonic organization? You think he'll lose on that, because that's common knowledge. Elijah Muhammad said he was a Mason, so that ain't no news.
But see, some things are like
even
irrelevant.
Wesley said he was a Mason.
This is what I was saying before. My job will be to keep people on a relevant path.
Right.
You just can't come in with some stuff.
Loose stuff.
Yeah, that loose stuff that's just on the fringes, that's irrelevant to your opening argument. If he stay focused with the information on his opening argument, because remember, we're going to have a jury.
Right.
And I'm going to instruct the jury.
Yeah, you want to be on the jury?
I'll be on it.
Yeah, we're going to have a jury.
The jury to throw out irrelevant information.
Right.
Stick to his opening argument. What
We're
his
going to have
premise
6 people on the panel. Okay,
and have him.
We're going to randomly pick them out the crowd.
Indeed.
You know.
All right, now, what do you think Wesley Muhammad need to do?
Well, Wesley, I'm at this point right now, since I'm the judge, I'm gonna study both people's platform, and right now I really don't know what Natural Tehuti's platform and his premise is gonna be yet. But Wesley Muhammad has to be prepared to attack his platform.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Somebody's got to snatch the legs out from one or the other.
So what do you think about the underdog going into this heavyweight matchup, brother? Natural Tehuti.
The brother, first I give him much respect for stepping up to the plate, like we said, because it's necessary. I think what the brother needs to do is to make sure that the most important thing is espoused, whether the Nation of Islam is keeping it black. If they keeping it black, Wesley gonna win. But if he can prove that they have acquiesced or moved away from something that's sound for black people, as far as giving them the upliftment in their history and other things, he can win. And this is my personal opinion, I'm FOI. So I love the minister, I love the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I love Garvey, I love all of them. But then none of them are beyond critique, first of all. The second thing is, when he comes at them, there's certain part of the doctrines that are questionable, like a white Muhammad. Is that historical or is it ahistorical? If he can make it so that it's clear that Minister Farrakhan, who is my big brother, is teaching about a white Muhammad, and the historical records say he's black, then everybody got to ask the question. Why isn't that information available to him since he's been studying for so long? And why is he espousing a white prophet when the prophet was black? Or the question, did the prophet exist?
That's what I was going to ask you.
Does Wesley have proof? But I would recommend to Tehuti not to go there, because I already know where Wesley will go, and he'll eat him up on that. But just it's certain things you got to keep it black, because this is about revolution. It's about the image. All right. So there's certain images that can be attacked.
Let me ask this question here: if you're saying that they want to discuss, one of the contestants has to ensure that the Nation of Islam is keeping it black.
Right. That'll be Wesley.
From my experience, it seems like Minister Farrakhan lately, in his lectures, in his speaking engagements, has been speaking more about Jesus than he's been speaking about Prophet Muhammad. When I was coming up, listening to the Nation of Islam, going to the mosque, everything was Prophet Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad. Now Farrakhan seems to be drifting from Prophet Muhammad and speaking more on what Jesus did.
Well, he says that Elijah Muhammad is the exalted Christ, is alive, and is on the mother plane in the sky. Now, that's a present teaching. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm saying Tehuti. If you know that, why wouldn't you attack that? Because now, in the eyes of somebody who's just under mundane blackness, what it looks like is that they have taken a doctrine that's Roman and just given it some blackface and then giving it to our people, where the brother said, who is that mystery God? Now have Elijah Muhammad been made into a mystery God? I'm not saying that it's not true, because I have enough respect to say maybe the minister's correct, maybe he's not.